Well, hello everybody, I'm Jerry Emge. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm a realtor with Keller Williams The Lakes in Lake Elsinore, California. And I produce these videos on a regular weekly basis, usually at least one a week, sometimes more. And each video is a brand new real estate topic. I don't talk about individual properties on these videos, so I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm here to help. And if you need to get hold of me at the end of this video, there'll be a picture of my business card, and you can easily write down my phone number or email address, whatever it may be, and get hold of me to talk about this video or any of my other videos. In the meantime, if you like them, give them the old thumbs up when you see that opportunity, and you can subscribe to my channel, which I greatly appreciate. And then if you subscribe, you hit the little notification bell, and you'll be notified when new videos go live. So as I said, every video is a new topic, and today I want to speak primarily to military people. Having been in the Army and being a veteran myself, I can relate to a lot of the things I'm going to talk about now. If you are an experienced military person or a veteran or a retired military person, you'll know just about everything I'm going to talk about. But for people who are brand new in the military, maybe it's your first duty assignment, they might want to watch this video and learn from it and save them some aggravation down the road and probably a lot of money. The first thing I want to talk about is if you're good at managing a credit card, you might want to consider getting a USAA credit card. It's really good for veterans and for active duty military people, and it pays 1.25% cash back on all your purchases. At least that's what it is as of today when I'm making this video. So consider getting that, and you'll be amazed what you can save in the long run. Another thing you might want to consider is if you want to entertain your family on base, consider if the base you're stationed at has a movie theater, and some have more than one, consider going there to watch movies. They're very inexpensive, sometimes even free, and they aren't always first-run movies, but they're usually first-run movies a little later in time. So you get to see everything, but you might not see it for a year or two. So it's a really inexpensive way to entertain the family and see some good movies. Another thing you can do is go to the base library, if they happen to have a library, and rent movies. I know you can rent them in VHS, beta, and DVDs at the same time, so consider doing that. Another thing you can do to save money on a base is gasoline. Almost every base has a gasoline facility for the soldiers and sailors and airmen that live there. So you can take your family there, get the car gassed up. Now here's the thing, it's not always the cheapest gas around. They tend to match the prices within 4, 5, 6 miles of the base. So if you live in a kind of a rural base area, you're probably going to get the best deal on base. If you live, 2 blocks from base is a Sam's Club or Costco or something, you may or may not get the best price on base. But it will be competitive because they obviously can't be charging the highest prices and still stay in business. So just think about that. The other thing that bases have, sometimes they'll have do-it-yourself bays where you can work on your own car, change your own oil, change tires, do things like that. Right on base for just your own sweat equity. Also, you can get good advice from other people that are working on their cars. And another thing they might do is if somebody's PCSing on a short notice, sometimes they'll want to sell their car quickly, and they'll sell it through the base. They won't. It's not. They just advertise it on base, or maybe there'll be a parking lot set aside for people to put their cars for sale. So sometimes you can pick up really good deals on base on used cars. The other thing, you all think about your commissary as a place to buy your groceries, and that's exactly what it's for primarily. Groceries, and maybe sometimes they have a pharmacy associated with it to get your medical stuff. So nothing wrong with that, but don't think it's always the best price out there. As I said a while ago, if you happen to be living if your base is really near a Costco or a Sam's or some other big box store, shop around. Compare prices on groceries and compare prices on anything that you might want to buy at one place or the other. Because the base, they try to be competitive, they try to attract business, but they're not in it commercially. They're there to help support the soldiers, sailors, and airmen in the area. So they're not really necessarily trying to make a profit. They don't jack their prices up, but they don't always offer the best deal because maybe they don't have the same purchasing power. The same is true of the military exchanges. If you're trying to buy, appliances or furniture or electronics or cameras and things like that, it's always great to go to the base exchange and see what they've got and what their prices are. Most exchanges will match the price of an outside retailer. So if you get a quote from Best Buy or Sam's or something like that, take that quote with you into the base exchange to see if they'll at least match the price. Because here's why. If they are willing to match the price, because it's a base exchange, you don't have to pay sales tax. So you're saving, 7-8% right off the bat. So that's a good thing. You always factor that into what you're getting a quote on. A lot of bases have fitness centers where you can go work out. They have all the gym equipment, and sometimes they allow the family to go there too. And that can save you a gym membership, or maybe even driving farther away to get to a gym, and maybe not have to put up with some of the hassles that the commercial gyms have to put up with. See what they've got available. They might even have hiking trails. If you have a big base, they might have hiking and biking trails right on base. And so you don't have to worry about going off base, finding places like that to work out or have fun. Also, a lot of those same bases that have these fitness facilities will have groups or clubs for hiking or biking, playing tennis, golf, you name it. Look into that. There's things you can do very inexpensively in terms of recreation through the base. If you're new to a base or coming into a base in the near future, you have to be thinking about housing. Unless you're a single person living in a barracks of some sort, you're going to want to look at housing for your family. Don't always think that the housing on base is the best deal going. It may not be. So just don't jump into anything. Don't sign a long-term lease off base when maybe the best deal for you is on base. So look at both options. Look at all the things that are available off base and nearby, and look at the things that are on base. But for God's sakes, don't sign a lease until you've at least investigated all this stuff. You'll save some money. The last thing I want to talk about is your pets. Most people have pets, dogs, cats, whatever it may be. Might even be an iguana or a snake. But in any event, most, especially the larger military bases, have a veterinarian on base, one or more veterinarians. So sometimes that can be the best way to get your veterinary services taken care of in the least expensive way. And because they're inexpensive and because they're on base, they're often very, very busy. So you might have to get in line, so to speak, to have your pets examined and get into queue, if you will. So hey, that's all I wanted to really talk about today. I hope I can save some money for some of you out there, and enjoy your PCSing to your new location, and follow my advice on some of these things. You'll appreciate it. You'll thank me later. So anyway, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.